Hey guys, it's Sarah here and welcome back to the first bookshop review of the year. I have finally finished reading All of Our Demise by Amanda Foody and C.L. Herman. There is a spoiler video for this duology. I really needed to talk about it, so if you have read the book, go check out that video, but if you did not, then stay here. This one's for you. I genuinely don't know if I love it or if I just think it's mid. I definitely don't hate it, but there is a lot on my mind, so let's just start categorizing. Before we get into anything else, let's take our shot first. Actually, no, I lied. We are not going to be taking shots because I ended up just making myself some iced coffee instead, and I didn't really feel like transporting this into a tiny little shot glass every single time I wanted a sip. So we're just gonna keep it the way it is. Anyways, let's get on with the video. For the cover, I'm going to be giving this a 3 out of 5. I don't mind the cover. It's not my favorite, but I will admit that it is pleasing to look at. I love how minimal colors there are in this book. There's literally just 4 different colors: black, white, red, and gold. And it just looks so good together. Like, you can't tell me that this doesn't look nice. And just like the first one, they have texture on this. So I think half of it kind of feels like matte and the other is more glossy. It's just so fun to play with. This is a sequel to All Those Villains, which ends on a huge cliffhanger, and this book continues the story. The tournament for the first time ever is breaking and boundaries are being crossed. Reporters are now swarming the battlegrounds, a new champion joins the tournament, and a generational curse is teetering to its end. Some of our champions are desperate to end the madness once and for all, but are they ready for the broken hearts? Ready to know generations of family secrets and all the sacrifices that they have to make? Sorry about that, camera ran out of battery. This book was interesting. No. Let me rephrase that. I love world builds like this, like Hunger Games, Maze Runner, even the Murder Complex is kind of similar in its own way. So these type of things I thrive in. I was really able to imagine every single scene play out in my head so clearly because of all the details that they put into it. Like, the details don't feel like a drag. It doesn't feel like they overdid it or underdid it. It was so clear as day on what was going on that, to be honest, some of the gory scenes was very gory because it's so realistic in their mind. I wouldn't really call it fast-paced, but the fact that there is a lot of tension and doubts throughout the whole story makes it not feel boring. With that being said, I am actually going to be giving the plot a 4 out of 5. The only reason why I'm dropping a point is because towards like the middle endish, there was a twist that I didn't really see coming, and I feel like the story kind of shifted into something that I wasn't really expecting. I would usually just give it full points and just kind of be like, well, it's not that big of a deal. But in this case specifically, it definitely did change the way that I viewed the book. For tears, it's getting a 0 out of 5. No tears whatsoever. I did get chills though at one point in the story, but it wasn't really an emotional read. Next is the romance. The romance. We'll be getting a 3 out of 5. The romance? I have a lot to say. Sparing the details, this category specifically is where I'm teetering between liking this book or disliking it. The only reason why I'm giving it a high score is because there is a decent amount of romance in this one for some reason, more than the first one, I think at least. But I'm not giving it a 4 or 5 because the solution, the whole reasoning of the story doesn't revolve around love per se, but it does have a small portion, a little bit to it, but not like the main focus, you know? It's not just one particular couple. I think that's why it's also more frustrating for me because I have never read a book where I didn't like any of the couples, but this one is one of a kind. I mean, to each their own. For me personally, I didn't really think it was that necessary to put it. It did seem like a lot of people knew that this was gonna happen. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I was completely blindsided. I was not a big fan of it, of any of them. Let's put it that way. We are almost done. Characters are going to be getting a 4 out of 5. We get some great character development with most, if not all of the characters. The only reason why I'm dropping 1 point though is because I'm gonna be a little biased, but I don't know how I feel about one particular character. I don't know if it's a character growth per se or something else, and I will be talking about them in the spoiler video. So overall, it's going to be getting an 8 out of 10. I want to like this book more. I really did, but I don't know if it's the tropes or something else. I don't know what it is. I don't, but I can't give it my confident 100% that I loved it, which is so unfortunate because I loved the plot line. I loved where the story was heading. Just, I don't know. So that was my review of Oliver Demise, which is the sequel book to all of his villains. I think I would recommend this to someone who really likes magic and spells and a forked up society, but mainly because I really need to hear other people's opinions and thoughts about this book. And for those of you who have read this duology, go check out the spoiler video and really genuinely let me know what your thoughts and opinions were on the series. I really need to know. But anyways, I hope you guys give this a read and let me know what you guys thought about it, because that was it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. I make sure to read every single one of them, and I'll see you guys next time with Sarah. Bye!